Hi, I'm Panjwani, founder of Mondover.com. I'm going to tell you what it takes to be a successful online entrepreneur. Now, I've been in business for 11 years, and I'm going to share some of my learnings and what I think would make you successful online. And let's not overcomplicate matters. Business is simple if you keep things simple. And I think that we all overanalyze and overthink the sense of opportunities online and maybe make things too complicated, way more complicated than it should be. So I think there are five simple things, five simple principles that I think have helped me succeed online. And I think if you keep these in mind, they can keep you in good stead as well. So now the first thing that you want to do, what I'm going to say, I'll tell you now, you might think they're obvious, but sometimes restating the obvious is what you need because we keep forgetting the basics. So let me start. Point number one. Now, whatever business that you want to do online or you're already in it, I'm hoping that you've researched the opportunity, researched the space, researched the market that you're targeting. This is something where I see too many people go wrong. I have many friends who have told me, or I've gone to places like the startup weekend. So people come to me, they tell me I have this fabulous idea. And when I ask them, okay, how much research have you done behind the market? How much have you even surveyed the landscape? Who's there, who's not there? They always think, the common trend is they always think the idea is unique. No one has done it. And or they've never even gone deep enough to evaluate whether people have started a similar venture in the past and whether they failed, not failed. So I think it's very, very important that you research your landscape, research who has tried that model before. And if they tried, what has worked well, what has not worked well for them. You've got to keep that in mind. And especially so if you're thinking that your idea is totally unique, if you're thinking that no one has even done what you have done before, then I would be a bit suspect. Because there are dime a dozen smart people in the world. Don't think you're the only one out there. Unless it's truly phenomenally, it's too hard to execute, then maybe your idea could be unique enough. But otherwise, there's a good reason that maybe people have not executed on that idea that you have. So I would be truly suspect if it is completely out there, which no one else has tried. So research your space, that's very, very important. Then the next most obvious thing to do, point number two, is create an MVP. Now, because you're online and it's an online venture, it's very, very easy to create a minimum viable product. Now, when I say minimum viable product, if you're creating a blog and your whole business is going to revolve around say advertising or affiliate marketing, that's simple. For you, a minimum viable product is creating your blog, adding content valuable enough, and going about that. But of course, if you're creating an online product, offering services to sell, or setting up an e-commerce store, you don't want to over invest too much in trying to go too detailed and going into the nitty-gritties of what would happen in each stage of the customer life cycle. I think it's very important that just get things out there in the fastest manner possible. And when I say minimum viable product, I also mean that you validate it as quickly as possible. So when I say validate as quickly as possible, what I mean is, even though I've been in the SEO space, for my own businesses, SEO is maybe the second or third or fourth thing that I do. The first thing that I would do, and I would strongly advise you to do as an online entrepreneur, is validate it through advertising, through social media marketing, or through offline outreach, through cold calling. Basically, you want to get yourself out there. You want to get yourself known. So you want to validate, reach to your customer in the fastest manner possible. And trust me, SEO is maybe the third or fourth thing. Once you've validated it, then you invest all your efforts in SEO. But don't get down there right now. You want to validate it as quickly as possible. Then, number three, you've got to never give up. And what I mean by that is you've got to constantly, if something fails, you've got to try a different variation. You've got to pivot. People would call it, business model change or pivot. Now with Mondover, when I started 3 years back, it didn't quite work well, but I never gave up. I pivoted to a different model. Literally, I think this is on my fourth iteration right now. And now I can see that, okay, I'm getting a sense of things, that things are working well. But many people I know, if they were in my place, they would have given up in iteration number one. They would not even have tried in iteration number two. Or you tried things for too long. So I think it's important, but so when I'm talking about pivoting, it's necessary to recognize that it's a good trait to have, that you should recognize that you should be okay with failing. It's totally okay if you fail, but it's not okay to give up. So those two are very intrinsic qualities that you need to have. Recognizing that failing is okay, but also knowing that it's not okay to give up. Because you had an idea, research the space, you think there is a market still, you got to pivot. Have a plan A, plan B, plan C, keep trying, keep hustling. Then point number 4 is every opportunity that you have out there, you've got to promote. Market yourself, market your brand, market your product. And when I talk about that, I mean it's not only online. If you can promote it offline, why not? There are dime a dozen opportunities. So I think just keep this in mind. Promote, market. It's obvious, but if you think about it, are you really doing all that you can do in promoting and marketing yourself? I'm sure that you will also know that somewhere out there there's an opportunity lurking, but you're just not giving it your all. And then point number 5, and I think it's very important, is getting feedback and then improving on that. You've got to ask your users, ask people around you what they think, what's working, what's not working. Get feedback, consistently improve. It's a cycle. You will only succeed and you will grow and you will scale if you constantly innovate, constantly improve, and that improvement should come based on user feedback and nothing else. So yeah, I mean, those are the 5 principles that I think it would take to be successful online. And a few other things that I would like to add from a personal perspective to you, if you're listening out there, is I think you've got to set yourself a target. It's very important. Have a goal, work towards that, because if you don't have a target, you're not going to be driven towards it. And I think you have to also accept the fact that if you're online, don't think of just taking from your users, see what you can give back. So I think it's a principle that it's a good principle to live by. Give more than you can take, because the more you give in terms of information, offerings, or I'm not talking about deals, I'm talking about what you can give to your users in terms of ancillary services or products, is what they would value more. So I think of ways that you can give more than you can take. And if you keep all these principles in mind, I think that you're going to be more successful. So yeah, that was my take, and I would say just get out there, validate, market, and take feedback.